Hi, I'm Teresa Martin. Welcome to Tech Eyes. Science, technology, engineering, math. These form the hot buzzword STEM, as in STEM education, as in what many people think is one of the biggest crises in education today. With me as my guest today is Gary Beach. Welcome, Gary.
Thank you, Teresa. It's great to be here.
Thanks. Gary is the former publisher of Computer World, Network World, and CIO Magazine. And he is also the author of this new book, The U.S. Technology Skills Gap, What Every Technology Executive Must Know to Save America's Future.
Sounds important.
It sounds like pretty heavy stuff. But let me start off with something. When I read the book, I loved something in the preface that you wrote. And you quoted, actually. And you quoted a Chinese proverb, which to me kind of sums up and helps frame this whole discussion. It says, if you want 1 year of prosperity, grow grain. If you want 10 years of prosperity, grow trees. If you want 100 years of prosperity, grow people. I love that.
Well, it kind of cuts to the whole issue of STEM education in terms of the importance of growing people that we're going to talk about here today.
Absolutely. And you know, when you listen to the news, you think this is some new crise du jour. Oh my gosh, people can't do math. Kids aren't learning science.
Yep.
But as you point out, woven in throughout the book, there's a long story behind this.
It's a very long story. In fact, I think that's the strongest part of the book is the historical context of the presentation of the content in a chronological kind of way. So yeah, I start back in 1909 and bring it forward to 2012.
So what happened in 1909?
Well, what happened in 1909 is if you look at the percentage of high school students who were taking algebra, trigonometry, what have you, it was almost like 60%. And by 1934, just 6 years before World War II began, it was down to the 30s. And this was in an era when there was a really incredible technology innovation going on in America. You know, Robert Goddard, he invented the rockets, and then we had the whole Model T car, the Wright brothers with planes, a little bit before 1909, of course. But there was, you would have thought, not unlike the dot-com boom in the 90s, that more rather than fewer young Americans would be opting to take science and math.
What happened then? What started this whole downward trend?
If you talk to Glenn Whitney, who's the founder of the Museum of Mathematics in New York City, the country's only museum dedicated to mathematics,